Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 6 of the Lola's Life podcast. Thank you so much for joining me today. After a few short words from our sponsor, we'll get right into today's episode. Hi, everyone. So today I wanted to talk about a phrase that I've kind of made my new mantra that I really love, and it's progress over perfection. It's super exciting to just kind of think about all the things you want to do and know that if you just make a little bit of progress, you're moving towards your goals instead of feeling like that overwhelming feeling that you don't even know how to begin or where to begin or that you'll never get it done. And the reason I love this is because it tied in with procrastination, which I never really thought of in this way, but I heard it explained that the reason that you procrastinate often is because you're actually a perfectionist. And because you're a perfectionist, you worry about every detail, exactly how a project needs to be complete, exactly how you need to have your meals prepared or what meals you'll be having, exactly how your home will be clean, exactly how things will be organized. And if you're not able to achieve that, what you have in mind, those exact details, you'll tend to just not do it or procrastinate on it because you can't figure out how to get it just perfect. So when I heard this progress over perfection and kind of explained how to apply it to yourself and make yourself realize that you don't have to do it perfect, it's always better to do something than to do nothing. So when you have goals that you're trying to achieve, it makes it so much easier and so much more fun if you just know all I have to do is something towards it. I just have to make one little step. If I'm trying to reorganize a room that maybe needs to be decluttered or just reorganized with some different baskets or a different system, do one little thing. Do 15 minutes of decluttering. It's very achievable to go do 15 minutes and you've got something done. It's progress over perfection. Just keep that in mind and apply it to any of these tasks that you have to do that you really know you have to do and they're bugging you and you just keep putting them off because you feel like you don't know how to do it. Just do something. I think it's so great. I just love it. It helps me. I try and think of it whenever, even at work, if you have a project or sometimes you get a task assigned to you that you just don't even know how to do. It's something you haven't had to deal with before. You don't know how to approach it. So you just kind of keep putting it off. And then it kind of bugs you because it's in the back of your mind all day. Often if you just say, okay, let me just try and figure out a piece of this, before you know it, it's done anyway. So it not only helps you feel good about getting something done, a lot of times once you get started, you wind up finishing it anyhow. And then it's just really feels great to move forward and make progress. So progress over perfection, that's my definitely my word for 2020. I know it's a little late to be saying my word for 2020 because we're in April now, but it has been since the beginning of the year. It still is. I think it's a really great way to think of things when you're trying to achieve your goals. And then, so for example, some ways you can apply this is, I was listening to this book, Atomic Habits, and it talks about tiny habits and building on habits and habit stacking, where you take a habit you already have and you add a habit to it. So all of those are progress over perfection. You're trying to build better habits rather than get right to the end goal. So, for example, say if you were trying to get more fit, instead of saying, okay, I'm going to do 20 push-ups every day, which if you haven't been doing push-ups, you're probably not going to just start doing 20 push-ups every day. Just do one push-up a day. And then when that becomes super easy, then add another one. It's just those little steps to move forward to making progress. Related to fitness, there's this app that I really love. It's called Workouts for Women, and it has really short, little, tiny workouts. I think it might have some longer ones too. I'm not sure because I've only done the short ones, but it's called Workouts for Women, and you can do like a 7-minute stretch routine or a 7-minute arm workout, or they just have so much on there. They have yoga, they have stretching, they have leg exercises, ab exercises, upper body, pretty much everything you can think of. And it walks you right through the exercises. You can do it when you're like making dinner, like waiting for the water to boil. It's so super easy. You just pick up your app and you choose a workout and you just follow along. So it's those little steps you can take that are just short little progress towards getting more fit. Or with meal planning, I used to stress so much over meal planning because I wanted to make sure I had the right variety and rotated meals enough and didn't have certain meals too often or repeat too much. And I would get so stressed over a simple task of meal planning that a lot of times I would wind up not doing it. And then I'd be stressed out trying to figure out at the last minute what I was going to be cooking for the next week when I went to go grocery shopping. So in one of my previous episodes, I talked about how I do the meal planning now, and I super simplified it. And it's not perfect, but it's a meal plan and it works and I don't have to stress over it. So just those little things you can do to make your life easier and just make progress towards where you want to be. Now that I have this simple meal plan in place, I can tweak it over time and maybe add in a rotation of a new recipe, say every 2 weeks or whatever, to start building in other things or start different rotations. But just doing something is always better than doing nothing. When you're all about perfection, you're worrying about every step along the way and exactly the best way to do it, and you just sit there and you don't do anything. So it's just not a good way to be. I think progress over perfection applies to everything in your life. Your home, managing your home, doing your budgets, your work, any work assignments you have that you might not be sure how to approach, everything like that. I just think it's a great mindset to have, and just to kind of think when you have something big that you need to work on, or even something small that you're just not getting to, just kind of say that to yourself: progress over perfection. Do something. Something's better than nothing. So I just love that phrase. I really hope you do too. I hope it can maybe help someone out there and maybe help you tackle a big project that you've been wanting to work on and you just kind of keep procrastinating on. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. I hope you enjoyed this and have an awesome day. Thanks so much for listening. And I can't wait to do my next episode. Thanks.